Here are today's top news stories and why they matter. We begin in Uganda, where a lawmaker critical of President Yoweri Museveni was abducted over the weekend and allegedly tortured before being released. Barnabas Tinkasimire, a longtime member of the ruling National Resistance Movement, has recently become an outspoken critic of Museveni and his son General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, widely seen as his successor. Human rights groups and opposition leaders say the incident highlights a growing trend of politically motivated abductions and disappearances. The Uganda Law Society raised the alarm Sunday after Tinkasimire was reportedly taken by heavily armed drone-operating security agents at a petrol station in Kampala. His wife later confirmed he was found in a city suburb with visible signs of torture. With elections looming in 2026 and Museveni seeking to extend his nearly 40-year rule, the case has intensified calls for accountability and an end to arbitrary detentions. Nigeria's 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has confirmed he will run again in 2027. Obi, who finished third in the last election, urged Nigerians at home and abroad to join him in what he called a mission to bring stability in Nigeria. Our correspondent Ben Shemang reports.
The political scene in Nigeria is heating up as opposition leader Peter Obi confirms his 2027 presidential bid. He says he will serve only one 4-year term if elected and has ruled out a joint ticket with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. However, Obi said he is open to coalition talks if they focus on tackling Nigeria's key challenges: terrorism, kidnapping, corruption, and a poor investment climate. Meanwhile, opposition parties are exploring alliances to challenge President Bola Tinubu, who has been endorsed by his party for a second term. Here's what Nigerians are saying about Obi's announcement.
Now, if you look at the Nigerian political landscape, it's very, very dirty. And he knows himself. It's more about somebody fighting for himself, what he believes in, and the kind of change he knows he can bring. So talking about coalition without aligning with anybody, I think I'm seeing it from this perspective. He knows the people he's trying to go into a coalition with. These are people that make compromises, and he's not ready to make a compromise. I think it's a good idea that he is not ready to make any compromise because of the principles he stands on.
The question is, why is he not aligning with Atiku? Because we all know Atiku and Obi came to run for presidency in this country. So what happened now that Peter Obi is saying he's not aligning with Atiku? Under what? To me, I feel Peter Obi is just being selfish and has other motives working for, let me say, the APC. Because we all know Peter Obi doesn't have the capacity to pull votes in this country. So he's just coming to share the vote of the Northerners. That's all.
On the international front, US President Donald Trump's decision to slash funding for foreign humanitarian aid could lead to over 14 million additional deaths by 2030, according to a new study in the Lancet Medical Journal. The Trump administration has cut more than 80% of programs under the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, citing efforts to eliminate wasteful spending. What does the report say? The study found that USAID programs have prevented over 91 million deaths globally over the past 2 decades, including 30 million among children. Researchers warn that continued deep cuts and the potential dismantling of USAID could result in 14 million more deaths by 2030, including 4.5 million children under 5. Human rights advocates say the cuts threaten vital health services in low and middle income countries, particularly across Africa. And that's all the time we had for today. Don't forget to leave a comment, share, like, and subscribe to our channel, DW Africa. I am Okirin Gushinavo.